The winds guide you. May the eternal sun shine upon thee.
Hello? Can you guys hear me right? Okay, yeah, I'm setting up stuff because I haven't done this in a while, but I got the cape. And no, you cannot get mod because I don't know how to do that.
I have just the thing for you. Ancestors watch over you.
Okay, I think I can fix that.
Looking for something special? What brings you here? We shall meet again.
What are the chances the cape just fixes itself randomly and I don't have to fuck with it right now? I would prefer to not fuck around a lot with the settings because I'm afraid I'm gonna mess up something, so if it's okay, then I'm kinda happy with it. I'm also speedrunning my lunch because I don't want to be stuck 3 hours here without food. I'm actually having tacos de arrachera. It's just like 3 hours too early for me to have lunch. I'm kind of feeling very weird. Also, I have this weird bug that happens to me on PTR and beta, where my character just absolutely breaks and just stops working. So I have my shaman also set up, so if my evoker gets bricked, we're gonna swap characters. Do you think it's gonna matter if I don't get the fiber and just zone in with my cape like this? It's probably fine, right? Like, I can use a slack off, right? I have a bad feeling that Dornagal is gonna blow up when the raid opens. Yes, I did. I think. Those are it, right? I mean, there's a chance I'm fucking up because I'm gonna get 50% more triggers for nothing because my cape doesn't work. I maybe should have set up this last night, but yeah. I'm just gonna assume that Blizzard is smart, and when I start into the raid, the cape is just gonna work magically. I already talked to the Thor and I did the skip shit and it just...
Peace, friend.
It says I'm not able to learn the talent. I'm just untalented, I guess.
I've been expecting you. Go in peace. Walk with the Earth Mother. Greetings, traveler. I have just the thing for you.
I really don't think relogging 15 minutes before we start is a good idea. And also, this is part of the plan. I need to sandbag really well so we don't get nerfed. So my cloak not working is gonna help. I can delete the cloak if you want. I have 3 more in my bag. Oh, like that? That's an add-on that I make. It's Carl Advanced Tooltips. I can link it to you in chat in a second. It is very good, it just gets a little crazy with some talents in some aspects. Like on some builds, some classes, you just get a huge tooltip that just covers the whole screen. Fuck me. Oh, I think it can kick everyone. Yeah, literally the second I get the ping to sign up for the raid, we get kicked. Please don't break, please don't break, please don't break. Yeah, this is not ideal. Never mind. Maybe it is ideal. I get to finish my lunch and clean up a little bit. Okay, let's see. No one's talking right now, but let me know if Discord sounds are too low when they start.
Hello.
Nope.
Has anybody other than me been able to get in? Because I'm still sitting at retrieving characters.
Nope, same here.
Where it's at.
I got in, and then I got kicked out.
Ah, the classic.
I got as far as logging into the game, and then it kicked me out saying character not found, and now I'm back at retrieving characters.
Alright, I'm gonna give it a couple minutes then.
Awesome, thanks. To be honest, I didn't expect anything less. This is like normal raid testing vibes. Hello, Jeff. So, Clarius is supposed to come to this test, but he just typed that he might be late because he's wiping in Gallowix. So, which one is worse? Waiting here, stuck on not being able to log in, or wiping on Gallowix right now? Not looking good.
Are there any blue posts up about it, or are they just like everything's on fire?
Seems like they're just raw dogging day one as usual.
Yeah, well, alright. Bear back a second.
Oh, blue person is typing something. Well, Blizzard is aware that there are technical issues now.
Thank God they're aware. Nice.
Anyone else not be able to get in at all?
Yep, all of us.
No, it's literally just you. Like,
Okay, that's
fuck
fine.
you late.
Oh god, different error code this time.
I just can't get the fuck in. I was in 2 hours ago.
I was
Yeah,
in with the
and
group
then-
up and then got kicked out like immediately.
And then an hour ago, it got unstable and just started bouncing everyone all the time.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think he could help.
He might. I don't know. Something. Pray, knees, or whatever the fuck. How's summer treating you?
Hot as fuck.
Yeah, I was here too. On Saturday this last week, it hit 105 with like 78% humidity. It was a cool death. Got it.
That was the last 2 days here.
Just convection oven outside. Why not?
There were videos of people frying eggs in pans in New York City just by sticking the pan out into the sun. Not even on a sidewalk.
Dope.
Are you fucking with me, Moshi? I do not trust you.
Yeah, I never thought about that. If it gets real hot in New York City and you're in one of those crazy high rises, that's gross.
Just cooking it by UV radiation.
Kicked me out, now it says I'm incompatible. Dope. Levin's first boss is Cloak Simulator. Do you have your cloak? Yeah, win. Do you not have your cloak? Die. Immediately.
That's what Rathian was.
Rathian didn't require the cloak.
I thought you went crazy if you didn't have the cloak.
That was in his off.
Oh. Man,
It's been a long time.
I blocked a lot of that raid out of my memory.
old man yells at Sky. Well, sweet. All my servers say incompatible, even though it says they don't have an update available.
All or just 6 of them?
Just 6 of them, sorry.
Yeah, that's...
I clicked on ones that said we're compatible. I'm just retrieving character list.
This is Eisen's fault.
Yep.
Somehow, some way. Just found out an hour ago I have to go into office tomorrow too. That sucks ass.
How's your back doing?
It's okay. Flex real strong. We're living. It's much better than it was, where I felt like any moderate movement was going to make me pissed.
Okay, I suppose I could be doing something productive with my time while we wait. I know someone linked like guides for the bosses that we're supposed to be doing. I have no idea what the bosses we're supposed to be doing actually. How do people already have weak auras for something like... I mean, I suppose I know why, but should probably be touching grass instead. I really hope they don't extend the testing because of servers being on fire for the first hour. Yeah, I definitely don't expect everything to actually work. Like, this is expected. Like, last time I did PTR testing, I remember that my character just completely bricked and I couldn't play it and I had to just leave early. I actually bricked the whole instance because I just completely bugged out, like, mid-fight, and the boss just weren't reset because I was still in combat with it and I couldn't die. It was kinda fucked. So yeah, I'm used to it being booked out. I just hope I actually get to play. I really wanna give a good go to the new Flame Shaper set. Okay, so real talk, I hate the Flame Shaper set so much. You guys have no idea. I actually absolutely hate it. I've been ranting a little bit about it in like Wyrm's Temple and so, but I just think the design is just completely shit, and like I am scared that it's gonna get masked by the fact that it's just very strong. Like, I guess this is a point of view thing, because you might like the new playstyle because it's kind of different. Like, you aren't relying on lifeline ramping as much. If you didn't like lifeline ramping, that it might be an improvement actually. But I hate when you get this borrow power system, because I feel like there's just that, and a lot of your healing comes from it, and it's like an external effect instead of a bonus to your spells, right? Yeah, like the tier set is not buffing your Dream Breath or your Lifeline or not even your engulf. Like, it's just a completely separate thing. Like, you after you do your engulfs, you are doing this other separate thing called Essence Bomb, and a lot of your healing comes from that. So it's like an extra attack done thing on top, and I really don't like the design, because I don't feel like I'm playing my character. I feel like I'm just moving a paper doll that just procs the tier set, and that feels kind of shit. I really don't like the design. But it's normally a problem in these kind of things when you try to separate the design, the gameplay part of it from the power part of it, because I think it's really strong. Like, it's gonna be really strong, and it's probably gonna get nerfed, maybe, I think. But the playstyle is really bad, so sometimes you complain about the playstyle and people say, why are you complaining that you're really strong and doing really good numbers? But like, I would prefer to be a little bit worse if I will play it in a way that I like, right? That's more important. Well, I suppose it's kind of personal opinion, because people that hate life and ramping might actually enjoy this style of play more. And like, for example, UT is gonna do whatever the fuck it takes to use absolutely pump up healing on the first half of the raid and then re-roll for the second half, so... Preservation is definitely in a weird spot. Like, I think both of the 4 pieces need reworking. Like, if it was my choice, I would just completely toss both of them and make new ones. But I don't think we're gonna get that. Hopefully Chrono Warden gets a new one, but... yeah, I think that ship just sailed. Like, I don't see a way to salvage it. Chrono's just gonna be Mythic Plus. Like, there's no way it catches up, and the tiers just split them even more. Like, I'm also really sad about it. I really like Chrono Warden. I would prefer to play Chrono Warden, but yeah, there's just solid no way. Unless they somehow wake up tomorrow and decide that, you know what, the tiers that we just made, they're just completely wrong, and we're gonna make new ones, and the Chrono Warden one is gonna be absolutely broken for raid. Like, unless they do that, there's just no way. Like, Flame Shaper is way too far ahead, and they keep adding things that just make it better, while Chrono Warden is just... they keep adding things to Chrono Warden that make it better in small groups, but not really better in raid. And the little things it had that were better in raid than Flame Shaper, they just keep adding them, giving them the Flame Shaper. So the gap is way too far ahead. Like, I'm sad about it. I'm sorry for the people that want to play Chrono Warden in raid, but it's just not gonna happen this tier. I think we can use the lessons we learned during this expansion to push for a better design for the hero trees during the midnight beta, so there's more balance between the trees. Unless Blizzard like really set on one tree being for raid and the other for Mythic Plus, because if they just decided that that's how it's gonna be, then we're kinda screwed. But yeah, I can just straight up tell you right now that next patch you're gonna be Flame Shaper in raid 100% of the time, and you're gonna be Chrono Warden in keys 100% of the time, and if you try to mix and match, you're just trolling. Yeah, that's also another thing. Like, it's very strong. It could get adjustments. Like, we can definitely use the raid data from today to decide if we like what way we push for the nerfs and so. But they really should nerf it during the PTR. Like, they shouldn't do that thing that they love doing, like they did to us during season 1, where we just wait for heroic week and they just shot us in the back of the head like midway through it. Like, they did absolutely kill Chrono Warden while we were about to start writing heroic. I think Flame Shaper preservation is gonna be strong enough. Like, even if they shoot the tier set a little bit, which it probably deserves, it's gonna still be in basically the same position as it was this start. Like, it's strong, and if you play it well, you can definitely be incredibly good and like do your role and fill the spot. Like, justify your position in the raid. That's perfectly fine. You can do that, absolutely. Even if he gets nerfed a little bit. But I'm worried about perception because preservation has a really bad perception problem. Like people think it just sucks, like even when it does not, and it's just hard to play. So there's people out there trying to play it and just fucking it up and just not doing well, and it feeds to that perception that preservation is just bad. But it's not. It's just really hard to do. But when you do it, it's just very good. But yeah, I actually I'm a little bit down on it because I think it's just gonna be a repeat of last season, like the exact same. We're gonna be absolutely last in popularity, but if you bring your flame shipper to the raid, you're just gonna own completely. But we're gonna be dead last in popularity, and then on Mythic Plus, you're gonna be really good as Chrono Warden, but no one's gonna invite you. So it's just gonna be the exact same because they just took the things we did last star and just double down on them. So if you like what happened in the current patch, then like suppose that's a big win. But they could have. There were some very easy improvements to make, and I think we spent all the goodwill we had in the talent changes, and the talent changes are good. I like some of them. I really hate this season 1 tier set is back actually, but probably that gets changed too. We'll see. But yeah, I think all of the preservation time got used on the new talents, but it was just a small shuffle. It was a good thing to get, but it was just like inconsequential small quality of life here and there, and a little bit of talent padding that it's nice to have, but doesn't really affect anything in the long run. So yeah. Yeah, tempo charge needs to be gone, like just completely trashed. That is just absolute garbage of a talent, and it needs to be die on fire. I'm trying my best to be as loud as possible about it because I'm scared that if it makes it alive, we're just gonna be stuck with it forever, and it's not gonna go away because preservation doesn't get talent change very often. So if it just hits live, then we're stuck with it, and we gotta learn to live with it. And I'm not gonna be happy, but there's still time. It's just first raid testing, first week of PTR. We can give feedback on it. Actually, can we play with a talent calculator while we wait? Okay, I think that works. So let's see. Just the normal stuff. Right, so here we are, and okay, so here's the problem. I have 2 talent points left. I can feel like that, yeah. So no, actually, they're not actually that locked in, but I think that's actually worse because we might be free to pick reversion, and I hate that. So the current Flame Shaper build works like that, kind of like that, yeah. But the flow state and the Exile Burst points are really low value. Like, you can move those if you want to something else, right? So because now we have Unshakable, we just put 1 talent there, right? And you're free to move things around if you want, but here's the problem. If Essence Bomb is strong enough that you wanna go all in on Essence Bomb instead of going into Life Binding your engulfs, then you would rather have Grace Period and Echo Reversion, because if you have reversions on the group, there's Grace Period, which increases the healing from Essence Bomb. So if you're doing more with Essence Bomb than you're doing with Life Binding and Engulf, then this is just better, and you use Echo Reversion again. And it's weird because you can do both. Like, you can still ram for Lifeline if you need more burst healing and use Reversion instead if you're gonna plan to like extend the healing window for a longer period of time during the 15 seconds of the Essence Bomb. So you kind of have some level of choice. Yeah, kind of like Season 1, that's true, but the thing with Season 1, and it's the same now, that I hate it actually, is that you're not ramping Reversion because Reversion is good and fun and you like Reversion. You're just ramping Reversion because Grace Period amplifies something else. It was Consume, now it might be Consume and Essence Bomb, and Reversion is dog shit, but you're just doing it because you want to amplify the other thing. And in this case, the other thing feels like an extra tacked on thing on top of the spec, so it feels really bad to me. Yeah, you also get use HOTS, right? But if you're just gonna buff your heal over time, you would rather Echo Dream Breath, I think. I feel that's better. I really like echoing Dream Breath. But yeah, the fact that you're doing a lot of healing with external things like Consume Flame and Essence Bomb means you would rather have Grace Period, because increasing everything else by 10% is just way better. And also it's just stupidly easy to play, right? We all know that just send Echoes and Reversion without thinking, and it just lasts a long time and increases healing and just works, right? It's much easier playstyle, so it might... A lot of people really like it. There are a bunch of degens, I hate them, but a lot of people really like Echo and Reversion, and I suppose that's a win for them. I personally hate it. Yeah, so before they increased Call of Ishura to 20 seconds, I think it was just impossible. But now that it's 20 seconds since Season 1, I actually really like it. Like, it feels very tight, but it's like very rewarding. Like, I did it a lot during Season 1. When you use Burden Embrace, then you do your first TA, you do your ramp, your second TA, and then you will send the Dream Breath, so you echo the Dream Breath with a Call of Ishura fully. Obviously, the Call of Ishura doesn't transfer, but you still send it on the Mind Stacks. And then you send your Engulf right after. So you get the Engulf, which is the big spike of healing, and then you get the Dream Breath healing over time right after. And that was really fun. The problem is that if you're healing right after the Engulfs doesn't come from Dream Breath, but instead you want it to come from Essence Bomb, because that's just stronger, then you do not want to echo Dream Breath, you want to echo Reversion to increase those things with Grace Period, and that sucks because then you're echoing Reversion. Spirit Bloom is just way too far ahead, way too far behind, and it's just not gonna work. They will have to buff Chrono Warden a lot and add a tier set that buffs it even more. So you will Chrono Warden in raid, and or maybe, you know, there's a way. There's a very good way you can get to echo Spirit Bloom, not now, but in midnight probably. Very easy, small change where they just delete Lifeline, and so you're just echoing Spirit Bloom, probably. That's the thing that can happen. Don't keep it in the back of your head. Right, so I think this is like the normal talent build, like what you use default to. Because yeah, you use echo reversion without thinking, and then you just engulf, consume essence bombs, and then you can echo more reversions to get more burst, to get more essence bombs, and you just feedbacks into itself. And it's very easy to play because you don't really have to time anything. Like, it doesn't really matter if you don't ramp properly before, because all the thing you're losing is just reversions. And yeah, you just wait for damage to happen, and then, oh, damage just happened, I'm gonna Dream Breath, engulf, and then I'm just gonna spam Essence Burst so I can get Essence Bombs and heal with that. So it's a much easier playstyle, and that's kind of good because more people get to play Preservation well because it's easier. But I hate echoing reversion, so yeah. I am not gonna try a Blossom build. I believe UT is gonna try Blossom build. I don't know. We're gonna have... There's gonna be logs from Blossom build somewhere definitely, but I'm not gonna touch it because I don't like it and it's gonna be bad. Like, I can... If the question is in the vein of is this gonna be viable, I can tell you right now that it's not gonna be viable. It's just not good right now, and it has zero support from the hero talent, so there's just no way to make it good right now. So yeah, no Blossoms. So I'm stuck here. I think this is the build, and I don't see anywhere else I could go, and I hate that. I mean, if I'm really a hater, I could just move Grace Period to Time of Need and just lie to myself that that's a good pick. But yeah, this is just it. I don't think there's anywhere else to go. This is where we're at. Exile Burst is better because... Okay, so... Okay, those are the good questions. So first, Exile Burst is better, like, overall, because flow state is really situation dependent. Like, if you have a specific timing on a specific boss fight where there's something really big happening and your stasis is like 3 seconds in cooldown still, then flow state is like best talent in the game, right? The amount of healing increase you gain from that, from having your stasis right there ahead of time when you need it, that's just absurd, and you should pick flow state. But those are very weird situations, like they don't happen a lot, and you can usually a lot of times just play around that, like do your stasis a little bit early or like move things around. So if you run into that specific situation, and it happens, it actually happened to me on Galliwix, as I played a lot of flow state in that fight, it was really good. If you run into that situation, yes, flow state is very good, but otherwise it's kind of worthless, like, because you're reducing everything by a little, but you're not really getting more usage of anything. So if you're not gaining another cooldown usage or better timings, it just feels good, but it doesn't actually do anything. And Exile Burst gets better the more crit you have, right? So in Season 1 it was okay, Season 2 it was good, Season 3 is gonna be bonkers because you just have a crap ton of crit, so you're critting more during the window where you have Exile Burst, right? So if you have to pick between these two, you just default to Exile Burst, and then if there's a specific situation where flow state, you need flow state to fit your timings, but well, you move the points and that's it. And then for double time dilation, that's again really boss dependent, because in what specific situation would you need that? Like, let me think of somewhere. It doesn't come up a lot. Like, for example, on Moxie you will TD the person that gets the frontal every time, but it's just one person, right? So, unlike for example on Galliwix, Galliwix had a lot of tank damage. Like, I could have used double time dilation. The problem is that you gotta remember that TD also kills the person. Like, my tank, when we were progressing Galliwix, my tank first told me, like, day one he told me, okay, I need TD on these 3 spots. The second day say, okay, I need TD, but I also need Renewing Blaze because I'm dying. And the third day he said, actually don't TD me because TD is killing me. So there's a lot of tank damage. I could have used the extra charge, but my tank actually didn't use it because I was killing him with the extra damage at the end, because there's just that much damage. So if there's a very specific pod with, like, maybe several people have bombs and they're gonna blow up, and you really want to keep them alive because if they die, you wipe, something like that. Like, imagine if phase 2 Gallywix did more damage, and you have several VIPs that need to survive. Like, it's very important that they have to survive. You could TD 2 of them, right? Like, at the same time, and they will. You just confirm that they don't die to the bombs, and you keep going. Something like that happens, yeah, you will move a point of probably Excel Burst to here. But again, if the situation doesn't present itself, you just don't grab it because you're not actually gaining any healing from TD, it's just damage prevention. And no, TD does not show on HPS logs. That got changed a bit ago, and it's still like that, which is fine, it's how it should be. But yeah, you have some flexibility. You actually feel pretty flexible here because you have the 2 points in Excel Burst, which are your... It's good, but it's still your lowest value point. So if you need something very specific, like I need the flow state, or I need double TD, or God forbid I'm running out of mana. No, forget that, I never said that. If you really need something, you can move the pawns in Excel Burst. And then if you really hate Reversion, you can just take Grace Spirit away or do something else. Like, you just gonna life and everything, and you're just gonna Echo Dreambread. You can take the point away from here. There's not a lot of things to gain. You cannot move the second point. I was thinking if you could grab LFM, but you cannot grab the... You cannot grab this, move the second point because there's not enough to go through. Right, so there's just 2 points here. You cannot play Life Remender or Life Spark unless you not grab this. No, because you will need both of them at the same time. You do one but not the other. You can do TN for damage, but this is just bad. If you want damage, you will just break Rune Warden, I suppose, so this is bad. Yep. I mean, this is good too. Time of Need is good, it does good healing as well. Just gonna check real quick that server's still dead. Right, so you gain a little bit of flexibility actually. I think you can move things around, that's fine. And the new talents are good, you will pick them because they're powerful. I don't like the gameplay of Tempo Charge, but it's strong, so you will pick it. Ideally we get something else here, so gameplay isn't as bad, but you will pick it. And you have some floating points, so you don't feel super locked in. You can get your utility if you need it. But yeah, I really don't see how you move away from this. Like, it's just... I actually wrote a decently long rant about it. Like... Okay, we're still stuck on characters. So... My problem with Tempo Charge is that I feel, well, I'm not a big fan of temporal compression as a mechanic. Like, it's okay, but I don't like to like being super forced into it. But I feel like temporal compression, like being directly related to empower spells, should play into the fantasy where empower spells are not necessarily best at a specific level, right? Like, Dreambreads is best at 1, but you sometimes send it at full. Spirit Bloom is best at max rank, but you sometimes send it at rank 2 or rank 1. Firebreath you send it at max rank because it's booked, but yeah, ideally you could move them around too. So empowers are designed so the correct level to send them at is situational, right? Not, there's not always the ideal empower level to send them at, right? So temporal compression interacts directly with the empowers and also works in that way. There's not a correct level of temporal compression to send every empower at. Like, if you're sending something at rank 1, you don't care that you only have 1 temporal compression stack, you send it there. But if you know you're gonna max rank something like a Spirit Bloom, you really wanna have temporal compression stuck all the way because it's gonna be really good. So it locks in with the empowers in this really synergistic way that I really like, where there's not a correct choice in how many stacks that you want to use for the empower and for the power compression. Like, it's all situational. Like, you can think smartly of, okay, if I am gonna cast this empower at rank 1 and the next empower at mass rank, then I want to form my temporal compression stacks after the first empower, because that way I'm using them properly, right? That I'm not wasting on the rank 1 and I have all of them for the rank 2. But then you get tempo charge and that just goes out of the way, because you want to have 4 for every single one, because otherwise you just losing power and it's just bad. And you also run into the problem where Flame Shaper, which sometimes has troubles getting the temporal compression stacks, feels forced to farm them in some way, which is usually reversion, which is not good. Like, sometimes you're sending reversion into the air, not because reversion is actually good, but because it does this other thing, like giving you temporal compression stacks, so your empower is stronger. So we once again fall back into this problem that I hate, where you're not echoing reversion because reversion is good, it's strong, it does healing, and it feels cool. You're echoing reversion because it does these other 15 things that are just gonna be passive bonuses to a different thing. And that feels bad, because it feels like you're just doing setup in order to do setup in order to heal. And like, that's just too disconnected from the heal. Like, I don't like it. I think it's bad gameplay actually. Like, I need to ramp so I can apply reversion, not because reversion is gonna heal, but because reversion is my ramp in order to do my essence bombs or my 4 stacks of TC empower. So I'm fine with preservation being a ramp healer, but at a certain point you're just ramping in order to ramp, and it just gets absurd and really dumb. I like the power of it. I think we deserve a strong talent inter. I don't like the gameplay of it very much. We also gain, this is important to note, we also gain the fact that the Season 1 tier set did not increase the damage of Firebreath, but Tempo Charge actually does. So this is actually a big DPS increase in Keith. You're gonna absolutely blast with this thing and Unshakable. You're just gonna do a bonkers amount of AoE damage with those two. So that's an improvement, because that was also another pain point in the gameplay of it, but yeah, I just don't like how it forces you to TC to 4 stacks every time. Yeah, it's just fucked. I always test with the guys from Occasional Excellence. My friend Raffle rides with them. And I also got invited because my guildie, the tank of my guild, Kate, is friends with Emerson. And I also work in WoW Analyzer with Emerson managers, so yeah. Occasional Excellence. This is the guild. I think we managed to clear the whole of Heroic Nerubar. Like every single boss during the beta beta rate testing. That was pretty fun. And then we got our ass kicked by Mythic Silken Court. So the first boss, the testing for the first boss is supposed to end in 20 minutes. Maybe, but I don't think it's like they stay for the whole thing if they just push it back. Most likely they just remove a boss, or maybe two if it takes too long, and they just add more testing next week. It's gonna be very funny if we hit the hour and they just publish the article asking for feedback on the second boss and just completely ignored it. Okay, they cancel the whole day. Cool. Okay. That was a fun 1 hour of doing nothing. I am gonna be streaming the testing tomorrow. I'm gonna be trying to stream the testing tomorrow as well. So hopefully it works better tomorrow. And I hope you enjoy my talent yapping, if that's all the thing you got today. Okay, see you guys later.